In this video, we're going to be reviewing the difference between checkmate and stalemate. Okay, let's review what is involved in a checkmate. The first thing to know is that the person whose move it is, and in this case it's white, is in check. And again, to review what it means to be in check is that an opposing piece is attacking it. So in this case, it is the queen. And again, this is a very simple example, but if it were black's turn to move, we could capture the king. But of course, we can't capture the king in chess, so the king is in check. The second element of checkmate is that there is no legal way to escape from this check. For example, the king cannot capture the queen because then the king, the opposing king would be able to capture it. Similarly, it cannot go to any of these squares nearby, and here I'll mark these off, because the queen would be able to capture it on the following turn. Since in this particular position there are no other white pieces that could capture the queen, then it is therefore checkmate. So that is the basic definition of checkmate. Okay, now let's go over what stalemate is. This is where it can be confusing, because in this case, black is unable to make a legal move, and it's black's turn to move in this position. And here we can see that the queen is covering a few squares, and the king is also covering any of the squares that the king can go to. However, the difference between this and the previous example with checkmate is that the black king is not actually in check. So if it were white's turn to move right now, the black queen or the white queen would not be able to capture the king. So this is not check, and therefore it is a stalemate, and a stalemate is a draw. So a very subtle difference between checkmate and stalemate, but a very important one. Okay, let's take a look at this position, and I want you to tell me, it is black's turn to move. I want you to tell me if it is a checkmate or a stalemate. So pause the video if you need to and take a look at it. Okay, do you have your answer? This position, it is a checkmate, and we can see why. In this case, the knight is giving check to the black king, and we can see that right there. And so black has to try to get out of check, and we can see that all of the squares, he's blocked by his own pieces here, and these two squares are covered by the black rook, or the white rook. Okay. Similarly, there is no piece that can capture this knight, and because knights can leap over other pieces, you can't block a knight. So this is checkmate. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Okay, let's look at the next position. It is black's turn to move. Is it a checkmate or a stalemate? In this particular position, it is a stalemate. So we'll notice here that it is black's turn to move, but none of its pieces can move. Its rook is pinned in or stuck here because its king is blocking it. The pawns are stuck because they're locked with the white pawns. These two black pawns cannot move because it's blocked by this pawn. And the king is blocked in by this rook. So we can see here that it cannot go to any of these squares, and it can't go to this square because it is blocked by, or it is the pawn is attacking it. So this is stalemate. To conclude this video, I wanted to show you a special position that sometimes occurs in chess, and something that you want to avoid if you're the person with the advantage and something you want to aim for when you're at a person with the disadvantage. And in this case, it's white's turn to move, and you can see that it is white that is in check. However, this position is a draw. The reason why is that in order to win, black would need to promote this pawn, and the promotion square is A1, which is a dark square, and the bishop is a light square bishop. So it cannot support this pawn in its promotion, and any attempts to bring the king in will just result in stalemate. So this is the important one of the important reasons why it's important to understand checkmate and stalemate and aim for these positions. But let's take a look at what might happen. So white's in check, so white has to get out of check. So moves to A2 to block this pawn. Now let's say that black tries to dislodge this king with bishop to G8 check. Well, white just has to back up to A1 and block the path of the pawn. Okay, A2. Again, this pawn is supported by the bishop, so we can't take it. King to B2, bishop to F7, and here the bishop is just waiting because we don't want we want to get the king in, but right now we can't move in. King to A1, and then finally king to A3, and it is stalemate because the white king cannot capture this pawn, nor can he go to either of these squares because they're covered by the black pieces. So this is stalemate, and it is a good pattern to learn, but also a good reminder of why it's important to understand the difference between checkmate and stalemate. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped you understand the difference between checkmate and stalemate. It's a very fundamental part of the game, but one that can be confusing when you're first learning it. So hopefully this video helped, and if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and check out my other chess fundamentals videos. Thanks, and see you soon.